let me just pause you right there, brother, because you said something important. So I agree with that last statement you said, but how do you know? How do you know that God's for you? How do you know that it's all going to work out? What gives you that confidence?
Yeah, well, I mean, the biggest thing, I go to scripture and I go to experience. First and foremost in scripture, you, you look at a verse, I can't think of the name of the book or the verse, but I would tell you it says, God will never leave you or forsake you. He will not give you more than you can handle. So anything that you're going through it, you were built to shoulder that load and go through it. And um, in John, it talks about when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for joy.
Mhm.
So, I think in those moments that we perceive as difficult and hard, it's really growing our strength, growing our capacity to handle more, growing our courage, and hopefully amongst all of that, growing our faith in God to know that we will get through something. And I think the biggest blessing out of all of those things is, when you say you're going through something,
Mhm.
there's a word in there that you have to highlight is through, right? So you don't get into a hard season and stop at it. You're literally built to go through it. You have that promise in the saying that you say yourself. So it's all about just knowing that it's temporary and something's on the other side of that for
I
sure.
believe the same way, bro. And it's crazy when God dropped that in my spirit about what you're saying about going through. It was interesting because he told me, he said, John, he said, most people are praying to avoid the situation that they need to go through.
Mm,
And I was like, bro, yeah, exactly. It's like, boom, like, what the? He goes, yeah. He's like, and just like you said, bro, that's why I wanted you to comment on that and expand on it because I agree 100%, dude. It's experience.
yeah,
You have to go through it, right? And so that's what this is just my personal opinion. Like, I believe everything is a test. It's a test to see how you're going to respond, right? When someone does something wrong to you, are you going to retaliate? Are you going to do them one up better, like get them worse? Or are you going to walk in love and just be like, you know what, Lord, I'm giving it to you. I don't know what's going on with them right now, but like, I'm not going to retaliate, right? I'm giving it to you. And
right,
so to me, it's truly that's the way I look at it. And plus, I'm competitive anyways. So like when stuff happens, bro, this just self-talk, I'm just like, I'm not losing this battle.
right,
I'm not losing this battle. And like I taught you guys in that class, right? You can speak to your thoughts, you can speak to your emotions, right? Not every thought you have is your own. Not every emotion you feel or sense is your own. So when
right.
you start feeling that stuff, bro, where you want to retaliate or you're pissed off or whatever, it's like, whoa, 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 wait a minute. Like, that's not me.
Yeah,
That's not my normal. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not the way I'm supposed to respond. Or like you said, you're getting in the word and it's like, okay, I can respond and bite their head off and say some choice language. Or I can say, nah, you know what? Like I forgive you. Like it's all good, man. And so to me, I'm telling you, bro, my mind was blown when he told me that. He's like, most people are praying to avoid a situation they need to go through.
yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, dude, that dropped so hard in me. But I've held on to that because as I'm going through stuff, right? And that's why I wanted to have you on there because it sounds like you've been through some stuff with your testimony. That's why I wanted to get into it.
Yeah,
Because most people, dude, the prosperity gospel is big, and don't get me wrong, I believe in being blessed. I believe that we're blessed, so we can be a blessing. But when people start twisting, preachers, podcasts, evangelists, whoever, bro, when they start twisting it, saying, if you give your $1,000, then you'll get healed. If you give your $1,000, then you'll get blessed. Oh, bro, I can't find that anywhere in the Bible.
mm-mm,
I don't
mm-mm,
find that. In fact, it's funny because most people, and again, I don't think God has a problem with success because there's many people that have been blessed in the Bible that were very successful, right? Solomon, the richest guy. But what's interesting is that Jesus himself, like that's the way I read the Bible, dude, is like, okay, Jesus is my example. Like I want to do him. I want to do exactly like what he did, right? There's a
mm-hmm,
verse, and I'm like you. I don't know like the exact verses. I just know the theme or the mindset of the Bible.
mm-hmm,
And Jesus said, even, Jesus doesn't have a place to lay his head.
mm,
But yet everyone's looking for that 8,000 square foot mansion. And don't get me wrong, like I don't think there's anything wrong with that as long as that is not your purpose or that is not your number one priority, right? If you're
right,
doing what God's supposed to has you doing, yeah, blessings will happen, but they don't always happen. And so that's where I think a lot of times people are the expectation has not been met, excuse me, not been set correctly like I told you guys in that class in real estate. I think our industry has done a terrible job for setting the expectation for new agents or agents in general. And I think the same thing with a lot of these people that are preaching and teaching or have a microphone. So if your expectation is like, hey, once I get saved, I got this invisible force around me that's protecting me. I'm never going to have a bad day. It's all going to be sunshine and popcorn and candy. And you know what I'm saying? And then stuff starts happening to you, bro. You're like, whoa, wait, maybe I'm not saved. Maybe it's because I'm sinning. But yet you read the scriptures, dude. Jesus straight up says you will have tests and trials. Jesus said, I didn't come to bring peace. Like there's going to be, you know what I mean? I think it's son against father and family against, like that's just the reality of it.